Hello. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm here today not to present my achievement or tell you my success story. I'm here today because I need your support. I need your support to emphasize the power of communication in a humanizing experience and improving quality of life. I'm saying here experience because the experience is not limited to customers. So I prefer to say human experience because it reflects thoughts, feelings, and emotions. Today, I'm going to talk about, I'm going to define the communication, tell you about many communication styles, and how it's related to humanizing the experience. So communication easily means the information that we share, gives, and receive. And for examples, in the way of communication, whether verbal, non-verbal. For examples, we communicate by writing, we communicate by listening, whether listening to music, listening to broadcast. We communicate by body language, smile, hug, and shaking hand. There is seven communication styles. I will go through and explain each of them in the next slide. Next slide, please. The assertive communication. Next slide. The assertive communication. This kind of communication, first of all, I will ask you questions and you need to answer it. Just keep it for yourself. You might use any of these communication style, but maybe you are not aware of it. Keep the answer for you. So let's start with the assertive. Assertive is a positive communication style. This kind of style, people listen and they express their self in a very respectful manner, and they open dialogue to discussion, and they don't mind to discuss their opinion, or also listen to other actively, even they are not agree with their opinion. The other communication style is aggressive. This kind of style is really negative because people who are using this style, maybe they're not aware of it, but they don't want to listen to anyone. They just want to express their feelings in a very aggressive manner, interrupt each other, interrupt other people, and they don't want anyone to discuss their opinion. The other communication style is, the next slide, the passive communication. I actually feel very sorry for people who are using this kind of style because they don't express their feeling. They just try to agree with something they disagree with just to please people and avoid conflicts. The passive and aggressive, from its name, it's combination of the passive communication style and aggressive one. They don't express their feelings directly, but they sometimes or always they become harsh. They may send text message, email, or maybe leave a sticky notes, for example, on your desk, tell you they are not happy what we are doing or with the attitude, and they disagree with you. The manipulative, from its name, maybe lots of people use this kind of style at work. They try to convince you and give you false promises just to take advantage of you and make you work for them without being aware, which is negative. The submissive, again, I really feel sorry for the people who are using this kind of communication, because these people always put their other needs over their needs. They don't care much about others, and they forget themselves. The last one, which my favorite, and I'm here today to please tell you and to spread this message to make it go viral. The emotional intelligent communication styles is the main or the magic technique that you could use to humanize the experience. I will tell you more about it in the next slide. So I have read many articles and books and also dictionaries to simplify the definition of humanization. What's humanization mean? Simply, I try to make it very simple to everyone. It's from its name. Humanization make something human, easy to human to use. For example, less pain, less stress, a pain-free journey, and also to make it enjoyable for them. Next slide, sorry. Next. So as we said, the communication is the key when you want to humanize the experience. Why? Because by using effective communication and intelligent communication style, you will reduce the uncertainty. You will strengthen the relationship. You will build a very healthy relationship that people could discuss things with you. They will feel safe to disagree with you. And also you will eliminate and reduce the problems. As we said before, this is kind of techniques or skills that the people who use the emotional intelligent communication style. For example, providing information. Because once you provide the information for people, you will reduce the lack of trust. They will understand what's going on in the future, what's the process, and how they could communicate with you. Also, the cheerful verbal. When you try to be in a good mood, try to use a very nice words. For the positive silence, like you listen carefully to the people, and you still, for the active listening, you said, okay, you are right, I understand, go on, don't worry, and you try to calm them down. Please, next slide. As we said, why we need to humanize experience? Once we humanize the experience by using the emotional intelligent communication style, as we said before, we reduce uncertainty, we make life easier for them and more enjoyable. We build a very healthy and long-lasting relationship. You want to make a very long-lasting relationship. You don't want just for the temporary, you just discuss things and you can convince people with false promises. You have to be, once you give promise, you have to keep it. And this is kind of how we humanize the experience. Slide. I will tell you, this is maybe gonna be a funny story, but it's real stories happened to me. I was in London in 2010. I was studying there. And it was the first time for me to do the MRI scan at the hospital. And the nurse was so nice. And I just realized, at the moment, she is using the emotional intelligence style because I don't know about it before. She was trying to calm me down. And she asked me, is that the first time for you do the MRI scan? I said, yes. She said, don't worry, you're gonna, the machine cause noise, don't be scary. And I told her, I have claustrophobia. The claustrophobia is the fear that you have from tight place or closed place. So she really handled it very well. She said, this is the squeeze ball. You can just press it once you feel you need support, and it's gonna activate the alarm system for them. And what really impressed me, she said, this is the headphone, and she gave me a choice. She said, do you want to hear Quran or music? I was impressed because she understands that I'm a Muslim, and maybe I prefer to listen to Quran to relax me or music. I said, are you serious? She said, yes. And she gave me the headphone, I wear it. And she said, is it fine? Let's start. I said, no, can you raise the volume, please? Can you raise the volume? And she raised it. Then I just hear the Quran. Once I became inside the scary tube to the scanner, I was relaxed. I closed my eyes. I didn't feel the noise that the machine caused. So really, after finishing the scanning, she said, how was? I said, it was perfect. I didn't feel any kind of fear or something like that. 2 years later, after 2010, in 2012, I did another MRI scan at different hospital. And of course, with different nurse. The nurse was kind, but the problem, I felt she was rushed. She just asked me one question. I was hoping that's not to say yes, because she said, this is first time. I said, no, this is second time. She didn't give me any information. She didn't calm me down. She didn't even give me time to tell her I have claustrophobia. I have a fear of tight place. Then when just she said, this is the squeeze ball, you can press it. And then she gave me the headphone, but the music was not that. She didn't give me toys. And I think it's different hospitals. Some hospital maybe provide Quran, something like that. But it's not about the thing that I will listen to. It's about how she treated me. She was nice, but I felt I have been treated as a number because she's so busy and she wants to finish this patient to get the another patient. So even I was trying to tell her, I can't hear the music because I don't want to hear the noise. And it was so scary. It's like the first time I do the MRI scan. It wasn't like the first one because I hear the noise, the machine cause the noise, then without meaning it, I just press the squeeze ball. Then she stopped the scanning. She said, are you okay? I said, yeah, but I don't know how I press it because I was so scared. And then she said, we're gonna redo it. And honestly, I want just to tell you, to conclude this story, it was scary because she didn't calm me down. She didn't even ask me whether it's fine to start right now. She was, and I felt like shy to ask her, can you please just give me 2 minutes? I want to tell you something. So then it's not about the nurse. She was kind and nice, but she didn't give me time. She didn't communicate with me emotionally and make me feel that she cared what I'm feeling. So who is first? You always hear people say customer first, customer first. I don't like this phrase. Why? Because when you say the customer first, people use it use it badly, honestly, because they put the customers first over employee. They put the customers who pay more over the customer who pay less, and that's not opinion, that's fact. Even some of this experience, I already love it. So I prefer to say human first instead of customer first, because when we say human first, we're gonna put people before numbers. We're gonna treat people as a human. We're gonna communicate well with them. So people will feel safe because you are treating them as a human. They will ask you for advice. You remember what happened to me at the MRI scan at the second storm. So the cheerful, they will feel safe. You will give them time to understand them, to understand their negative emotions, and to get support. And you will, as an employee, if you practice the emotional intelligence, you will give them support or advice to go to the right channels or to the guidance to get their job done. This is another story, but this is nice, a very nice story. And I shall go to London to visit this restaurant again. It's a new open restaurant in London. I was having breakfast with a friend of mine. We ordered two courses breakfast. She misunderstood and she brought one. We were waiting 15 minutes to get the first one. And we felt bad because we have to wait another 10 minutes to get our portion. And she came, she gave us the breakfast, was delicious. And we want to pay for this course. She said, she used the cheerful verbal. She said, don't worry, enjoy your meal. And you are our guest. And sorry about what happened. Just enjoy your meal and please feel free to order anything. And then I forget about waiting time, the time that I wait. I just thinking about how delicious the breakfast was. And also I eat for free in a very expensive restaurant in London. I felt really warm welcoming and I'm like a guest for her. What makes any brand super one? I did a study in 2019 and it's still ongoing until now. Using observational study, I'm participating in this study as well because to see how people see the brand is super. What's make other brands super and different? These things, you can read it quickly. These answers from the people, you can see it reflects the emotional intelligent communications. It's all about how we communicate emotionally with people. Like they said, understanding my negative feelings. They said, handling my request with not automated answers. They want human-to-human communication. Next slide, please. So this is a real stories happened to me at my current work, Ministry of Human Resources and Social Development. I'm working as a head of customer research, experience and measurement. Since I joined the ministry, after 3 months just since I joined the ministry, I realized that the first month I was exploring the environment. The second month, I was trying to understand how they work. The third month, I said, okay, I get it. Then I took the initiative to build, or maybe to have like CX awareness campaign. Why? Because I realized that our colleagues at different departments, they have a fear of CX department. They think we are measuring their work, evaluating their work, and giving them scoring because we want to give them order to solve things. So in terms of that, I came with the initiative, and my aim was to correct the misconception about who we are. So also to build a friendly relationship with them, to understand what they need, their priorities, and how we can help them. And the important things, I like this phrase, I made it up. We are working for you guys, not against you. We work for you to improve the services that you own. So we have to answer who we are, about CX department, who we are, how can we provide them services. And some of the effective results of this campaign, we started the first stage. People came to me, even my colleagues at the department. They said, we need to learn more about the experience. And they asked me about some books that they could read. And also other people from other departments. So they said, your works look like enjoyable. We're going to join your department. The second slide, please. This about humanizing the data and research when you present things to stakeholders or your colleague at different departments to make them live the moments and feel the pain that the people or the customers feel. Why I use this kind of humanizing research and data? Because people have fear of using numbers. If you go to the stakeholders and you just bring them numbers, the whole numbers that you already analyze, people, believe me, people have fear of number. They don't say, we have fear, we don't like to work with numbers, because they feel embarrassed. They will say, oh, it's not my time. It's not my priority to work on it. So my advice, and this is based on fact and experience, not to bring the whole numbers to stakeholders or your colleagues in other departments to improve service. Keep the numbers as an evidence once you need it. Let the stakeholder ask, what's the numbers? And what's your facts? Based on what you bring these, for example, pain or problems and recommended solutions. And also the important things is, when using, can you have the next slide? I try to use them, to immersing them in the situation. I try to use, I use, because this is kind of my work, I use it from the first career I was in. So this is a story about the difficult patient experience. I didn't use number. You can realize that. You will read the story. You will feel you are immersed in the experience. You will feel the pain. Numbers will not let people feel the pain or the stakeholders. But story will take you to the point and make them feel the pain. Because that's the way you will put them in, you will put the stakeholders or your colleague who own the services in the customer shoes. They will feel the pain, they will understand the situation, and this is how you humanize the work. That will make their work easier, and they will understand. Once they said, where is the numbers, you can share it with them. And my concern about the numbers, because every meeting that we meet with our colleagues or stakeholders, they said, how many people said that? They didn't say, who said that? What the case? Who is? They treated people as numbers instead of the people with different feelings, as a human, people with special needs, for example, people with entry, people with financial needs. And I will not say because I feel more or I do care about people, but we have to be all feeling other pains, and as we have to be to humanize the experience. So do not just focus on the surface itself, but focus on humanizing things to make life easier and improve quality of life. I like this theory because cats always lose the race. Why? Because they are looking for food. However, although the mouse is the winner because the mouse is running for life. And this is how can I make relation between the cat and mouse theory. The customers or the people, they will not wait for you until you listen to them, understand their issue. They always looking for or seeking better life, less stress, pain-free journey. So they always looking for alternative. If you do not practice the emotional intelligent communication, they will run and find alternative company to understand them. And for the governmental sectors, people will look for agency to help them to do their work with the governmental sector because they can't find alternative which is related to the government sector. And this is based on the fact and my experience. To conclude, please, again, I need your support to make this message goes viral, to emphasize the power and the importance of humanizing the experience by using the emotional intelligent communication style. You will never win the race, if you don't humanize the experience by communication. Also, if you want to transform your organization to be a role model in the humanized experience, you have to communicate well with your employee, customers, and people, human. So just to say that, always think of people as a human, because if you communicate well, money will come later. Don't think about money. We are human. We can find alternative. Also, we have to understand each other, because a human will give you more idea to improve yourself, to improve the organization. Finally, thank you so much for your listening. If you are interested in the communication, to read more about the communication style and the types, these some references. But for the other slide, it's based on my study, the study that I conducted. If you are interested, you can join me on LinkedIn. Next slide, please. You can join me on LinkedIn, and I will share more details about the study I conducted. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mr. Brenda, for supporting me and giving me this chance to present this presentation. Thank you all for your listening, and hopefully this is added value to all of you. Thank you so much. Have a good night.